Watch as John Kerry of our government comes out against the First Amendment and your ability and liberty to speak.
And I think the dislike of and anguish over social media is just growing and growing and growing. And it's part of our problem, particularly in democracies, in terms of building consensus around any issue. It's really hard to govern today. You can't, there's no, the referees we used to have to determine what's a fact and what isn't a fact have kind of, been eviscerated to a certain degree. And people go, and that people self-select where they go for their news or for their information. And then you just get into a vicious cycle. So it's really, really hard, much harder to build consensus today than at any time in the 45, 50 years I've been involved in this. And there's a lot of discussion now about how you curb those entities in order to guarantee that you're going to have, some accountability on facts, et cetera. But look, if people go to only one source and the source they go to is sick and, has an agenda and they're putting out disinformation, our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to be able to just, hammer it out of existence. So what we need is to win the ground, win the right to govern by hopefully having, winning enough votes that you're free to be able to implement change. Now, obviously, there are some people in our country who are prepared to implement change in other ways, and
so
that's
you're
really
questioning
dangerous.
really if democracy can survive unregulated social media.
I think democracies are very challenged right now, and have not proven they can move fast enough or big enough to deal with the challenges that we are facing. And to me, that is part of what this race, this election is all about. Will we break the fever in the United States?
Wow, how about that? Normally, the government should be in the business of protecting your rights, protecting you from other people's desires to control. But what happens when in government comes all those who want to control the narrative? For example, what about all the disinformation about COVID? Oh, hey, I think that came from the government. Remember, for example, when they said that vaccines were 100% safe and effective?
The various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Yeah.
And they demanded that you take it under threat, under penalty of losing your job, of not being able to travel, how they tried to force that down your throat. Who benefited from that? Follow the money. Pfizer, Moderna, was it for the greater good? Really? No. It turns out that they were the ones who were providing disinformation that everybody who stood against the narrative on COVID was proven to be correct. For example, remember when they said that ivermectin was horse paste and all the media channels were promoting this? And in California, if you dare speak against the orthodoxy of the medical establishment, they were threatening to take the licenses of doctors. These are the people that want to control your speech so that they get no pushback, so that they're able to implement the change they believe is going to be best for humanity. Rather than having us fight it out and have ideas wage against each other, these people believe and are so arrogant that they think that because they have a thought, that they must be correct. The same thing that they did with COVID. Oh, remember the 51 intelligence officials that said that the Hunter Biden laptop had all the hallmark suppression disinformation, and they suppressed and censored speech that they didn't want before the last election? How'd that turn out? Complete fabrications and lies because they were able to censor speech. This is going to be the destruction of America, of liberty, of life for humanity. We must protect the First Amendment at all costs, and the Kamala Harris administration will continue, as I say, to chip away, to take an axe to the First Amendment that protects us from such heinous people, such as John Kerry, as he cloaks himself with compassion. I really believe that these people are actually evil. They don't want what's good for the country, for America. They want to be able to control. This is what it's about. It's about control, and we must fight back with every ounce of strength that we have. They want Elon Musk to shut up. They demand that Twitter be silenced. Why do you think that they're going after him in such a large number of court cases, taking away his $56 billion that he made for himself by saving Tesla and beating all expectations? He grew the company into a nearly $1 trillion company, and something that nobody thought that he could achieve those benchmarks. They take away his money, or going after him in SpaceX because he had the audacity not to hire asylum seekers that didn't have green cards, when if he had hired them, they would have sued him for being in breach of having top secret technology and hiring people without a green card, which you're not legally able to do. This is the lawfare of a bunch of corrupt people that demand control, and this is our one chance to fight back. We must fight back with every ounce of strength that I have, because every time that I hear people coming and trying to infringe on free speech, then that riles me up. That is my trigger point. So I hope that you all join me in recognizing what they desire for us, the life that they want us to live, because it's not one that's pretty. To be under a totalitarian boot, like under Justin Trudeau or his commie friend in North Korea, that's not something that I can handle as a free living man.